little bits like this, which were scavenged from folklore. This is the Schenectady Vampire, the story of a house in Green Street in Schenectady, which was possessed by a fungus that grew in the basement and took human form. If you're at all familiar with H.P. Lovecraft, you probably recognize the story from The Shunned House. Hello, I'm Josh, an archivist here at the New York State Archives, and today we're going to be looking at some of the papers of the Federal Writers Project. The Federal Writers Project was one of those New Deal organizations. All of this was done in order to keep people off of the poverty rolls, to employ people who were white-collar, librarians, teachers, journalists, writers, anybody who could write, anybody who had soft skills. The Federal Writers Project kept over 6,000 people employed during the later half of the 30s into the early 40s. The Federal Writers Project collected articles, information all throughout the state of just about everything. Here's a description of the Elephant Monument down in Summers. Geological surveys of Little Falls Gorge. 19th century Civil War folk songs collected from local residents. The Federal Writers Project sends people to libraries and localities to scrounge for information that would eventually go into an encyclopedia. So we have biographical notes. This one is of the pirate hunter William Kidd. And we have recipes for a series called American Eats that never quite got published. But this is a great series to work with if you're at all interested in the history of New York State. They compiled information not just from the 1930s and 40s, but they went to libraries and localities and scraped together information about landmarks. They went to libraries and did historical research from 19th century sources that are now gone. And we have 60 boxes of this material here to browse through, all up on our website. You can search through the finding aid.